Okay, now that that little stretch is done. So, as I was putting my foot securely down my throat, shit, where was I left off at? We're driven by hormones. We're driven by the instinct to fuck. Excuse my language. To have sex. That is what we do. Okay? We, you know, what we do. Okay? Wow, I'm burning up. So, that being said, yeah, it's one of our instinctive, you know, attributes of being a male is to procreate. Okay, it's what we do. Now, unfortunately, there are those of us, a lot of us, that will succumb to said things. Usually the guys that are having one-night stands. You know, fuck. And I'm sure by now, if you're at least a teenager, you've at least overheard, or, you know, you've been one, if you're a man, if you're a guy, to be like, oh yeah, I had sex with all sorts of guys, da-da-da-da-da. And then, which is funny because, you know, there are girls that try to do the same thing. It's not quite the same thing. It's the reason that it's something to necessarily take pride in, although we don't exactly understand why, although it's something that I'm starting to figure out, is because, you know, we're like, oh man, they're succeeding by continuing the species, you know. And that's not the actual thing that goes through our mind. It's more subconscious than that, far more subconscious than that. But it's just, you know, we have to have sex. Now, of course, I try not to be one of those guys. Yes, I am fueled by sexual desire. But I will not, well, I will try not let it take the best of me, be the best of me. And the reason I say try not is because, you know, a couple of days ago was one of the times when it did. I'm not attracted to this girl at all. And it's not her fault at all. I'm just flat out just not attracted to her. And I mean, I feel bad because that's another thing. That's another thing is that, you know, a lot of women will think, you know, because he's not attracted to me, he's a shallow scumbag or some shit like that, you know? Like, oh, because of this, that, and the other thing, you know, that, oh, you know, he's whatever. Which is the same thing, though, for the guy side of things. People do seem to be heavily reliant on appearance. And it really is stupid. It really is. But the thing is that at the same time, to some extent, it's true. To some extent. I have to clarify that. Okay? Every person is attracted to something specific. Everyone has their tastes or their fetishes. You know, they're only attracted to certain things. There are certain things that turn them on, turn them off, That's just how it is. Now, going to the extent to where everyone has to be perfectly skinny with perfect teeth, perfect this, that, and the other thing, no body fat, walk properly, No! Hell the fuck no. Okay? I'm a pretty good looking guy. I don't have perfect teeth. And I'm not going to go showing you guys because I am ashamed of my teeth. Mama told me I always brush my teeth. So did my dad, but I didn't listen. Anyways. Shut up. Anyways. Okay. I think I'm a good looking guy. I'm also up on the bigger side. I mean, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a bigger guy. I'm not obese, but I am fat. This is just fact. Okay? It's my own damn fault, though. I'm being too lazy to go exercise. I can exercise. But okay, I'm getting off topic here. My point is, to some extent, it is true how someone can seem shallow because they're not attracted to something specific. But at the same time, if you're not attracted to something, you're not attracted to something. As long as you're honest about it, as long as you're not a dick and an ass and you go purposely saying words to hurt somebody because you're not attracted to them, then that's a whole nother game, and those guys can go fuck themselves. Sorry for flipping you guys off. Sorry, it's a little shaky. There's a lot of fucking bumps. So, I am personally not attracted to her. She is a great girl and everything. But no, I can't. And so, I went ahead and had sex with her. And I wish I hadn't. I really wish I hadn't. Besides the fact that I wasn't attracted to her, I'm mostly angry at the fact that I succumbed to my own selfish wants. Well, not even selfish wants, more biological wants. I wanted to fuck, and I lowered my damn standards to someone I'm not attracted to in order to fulfill said need. I don't know, okay? What I do know is that I've managed to get myself deep enough to where I don't know what to say to her. I was the one that started it all. I was the one that I need this off for a moment. I was the one that offered for us to hang out. I was the one that offered for us to be friends with benefits. I was the one that offered to go home and have a little bit of fun. So, admitting to my faults. At least I can. You know, some people can't admit to their faults. That's another thing. I think it is just plain sad and pitiful how people can't admit to their faults. I mean, there are some that I can understand that you don't want to admit to. I mean, some of which is because you get in trouble, but others of which is a matter of pride or some shit like that. But come on, admitting to your fault is one step further to being a better person. If you're always in denial, you know, you're never gonna get further. You're never gonna get better. Blah 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 blah. You're never gonna be a better person, and that's fact. Anyways, I'm listening to Epic Rap Battles of History. If you can't hear it, it's Goku versus Superman. For those of you who are interested, and shut this off for a moment, those of you who are interested in that kind of stuff and that nerdy kind of stuff, I'm sure some of you have already seen Death Battle, Goku versus Superman. One of the most biased fucking... Yeah. A lot of people are angry about the outcome. I'm not going to get into that because there are probably quite a few of you that aren't interested in that kind of stuff. I don't need to bore you. If I don't already bore you. But hey, you know, if you're already this far into watching my videos, maybe you are interested. Anyways. Gotta admit to your faults. That's one of many life lessons. Admit to your faults. That is one of many things that are wrong with humans now. Well, not really nowadays, just humans in general. But honestly, you know, the reason you're seeing occasional bump is I'm in a trailer court right now, and you know, they have a lot of speed bumps, and it pisses me off. Well, if you ever noticed how sometimes it'll look like this instead of right there, and then right there, and right there, and I know I'm just flat out admitting it, but I'm recording with my cell phone, and the camera is right there, but the screen is right there. Right So I keep looking at myself. Because I'm pretentious like that. I just want to look at myself. Just forget it. Getting better. But I mostly need the screen facing towards me instead of the good camera, which is my 21 megapixel camera. And it's because I need to be able to push buttons. Joke of the day. We should get joke of the day out of the way. I rhymed. Joke of the day. Let's see. Yesterday's joke of the day, which is, the video that I didn't post, was pretty awful. Awful falafel. Alright. I'll tell you one that's from my I'm going to hell for this joke. It's not, there's a lot in there, and some of them I'm not going to tell you guys, but this one's kind of bad. What's the difference between a Porsche and a Toyota? You won't see Paul Walker wouldn't be caught dead in a Toyota. It's horrible. And for those who don't know, which I figured by now, you should look it up on your own, but I figured I'll explain it. Why that joke is funny but horrible is Paul Walker. He's one of the guys from Fast and Furious series. He's been there since the beginning. And in the middle of shooting the 7th movie, he died in a car accident in a Porsche. It's bad. But it's funny. But it's bad. I got others. Now, if you're curious to know, I'll say briefly what my joke of the day yesterday that was so bland. Kind of a longer one, but I'll tell you it. And if you get it, awesome. If you don't, oh well. And if you get it and think it's stupid, well, I don't blame you. But blonde, brunette, and redhead are on an island 2 miles from shore. And they're stranded there. They have no way back to the mainland, so they're like, you know what? Gotta do something. So the redhead says, you know what? I'm gonna swim for it. Hops in the water. Oh, shiza. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have a cancellation, a temporary stop on one of these boxes, and I just now remembered. Anyways, hops in the water and says, no, I'm gonna swim for it. So she swims about, a quarter mile. But when she swims about a quarter mile out, he starts to get tired out. It's like, man, this is really far. So she turns around and says she can't make it. Brunette's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Hops in the water, swims about a half a mile, and decides to turn around and says, well, she can't make it. So then the blonde gives it a shot, hops in the water. She swims a whole mile. And then she decides she's not going to be able to make it, so she turns around, comes back and says, well, I can't make it. Not going to explain this joke because it's that stupid. But if you got it, more power to you. But that's why it wasn't the joke of the day. That's why it was the joke of yesterday. One of many reasons why I decided not to post that video. I will say this though, I am slightly disappointed. Besides the rain, there was also quite a bit of lightning. And I actually got some decent shots of them. Maybe I'll get some pictures, put that up. But sorry. Okay, so after this box. Working, I expect. Oh, I'm sure some of you have noticed that I kind of wear the exact same shirt. One is because I'm a bachelor, 2 is because I'm poor, and 3, because I'm poor, I can't really afford to get clothes, and 4, this is a very comfortable shirt. Very comfortable shirt. I really like it. It's, I think it's silk, something. Kind of sits nicely. There's bumps. There's not bumps. Oh man, I made the camera shake. All right, so this one is a temporary stop. Oh, don't want to tap the mirror on the thingy. Stickers. Next is the teapot. Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah, I should try showing that because I tried to show that yesterday. There's a mailbox. Okay, I tried to show it in part of my video yesterday before the rain came in. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any decent shots. So chances are, I'm not going to be able to get a good shot this time. But I'll at least explain it to you. On my directional, which is this paper that just says, hey, you know, directions. It's a list of, in order of what addresses I'm going to be delivering to. One of them said Transformer Box. Now, the very first time that I saw it, I was thinking, oh, Transformers like the show, or, you know, the kids thing, Transformers. No. Actually, those of you who don't know, if you ever look at power lines, at power poles, those big, cylindrical, big fucking metal things, they're called transformers. They're used to store, mostly store electricity, convert, store, whatever, electricity. And transform it, I don't know. And so this guy has been working with the power company for years, at least this is what I've been told. And he got one of those, along with, you know, those one things where it's a line, it's a bunch of discs on it that get smaller, kind of thing. You know, see in old sci-fi movies and stuff. You also see them on power poles. But he basically made a miniature, and I say miniature, which in comparison it's still pretty big. Miniature compared to the real thing. It's still like fucking 9-10 feet tall. But it's a transformer pole. It's a pole, electrical pole with a big freaking transformer on it, like a full-size transformer on it, with his mailbox cut into it, built into it, and then goes up, and it's fucking big. It's impressive. And it is cold outside. Let's see, 47 degrees. Ooh, that's nice. Those of you might be jealous. It's warm where you're at. Or maybe you're from here in Montana. It's cold. Let's see, what is it, 2:30 in the morning? Anyways. Man, I got really off track with what I was saying. Oh no, I already finished that topic. Oh no, I was starting one and I said fuck it. Problems in this world with people. Well, honestly, there are problems that humans have that we will always have, part of the human condition. Then there are problems with current society. There are a lot. One of which, being the core of it, is communication. Which is ironic, right? We have social media, we have the internet, we have plenty of communication. Oh, I'm using my damn cell phone to make a video to communicate to you guys about my thoughts and while I'm driving my car. Which, side note, about driving my car, the reason why you only notice me ever have one hand on the steering wheel is because I drive a manual. Oh, I'm looking at my crotch. I drive a manual, okay? So I kind of need, oh no, can't get it out of my mouth. There we go. I kind of need my other hand. I was looking at my crotch. I drive a 6-speed manual. Kind of need this hand to shift. I shift well. So I kind of drive one hand for the most part. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Communication. And sadly enough, that's actually the core, I'm talking like the core of a lot of problems. Is communication. I mean, okay, for example, in many jobs in the past that I have had, one of the biggest things was communication. More specifically, usually what would happen is someone higher up was supposed to let all the people, including us, know about something relatively important. Due to communication, or lack thereof, well, we didn't get told about it, and shit hit the fan. Well, it's happened many times that shit hit the fan. Here's a transformer box. If you happen to get a glimpse of it with my light, you really can't see it, but it's open. big box. Man, it's so fucking cool. One of these times, maybe during the day, I'll do one of these videos during the day, and I'll show you. Anyways, communication. I can't think. Communication. People don't communicate with each other. You know, they don't. I mean, like even you can go as high up as modern fucking modern society. Okay, you know, businesses or whatever. But then you can go as deep as relationships. And mind you, that's one of humans' things that we have had issues with. But communication with your spouse, oftentimes if you don't communicate, even if it's something bad, you gotta be honest, you gotta communicate. I was going somewhere with this whole conversation, and I kind of just lost track. And possibly I could be diving into one of my previous videos, one of the Rantology videos. So maybe I'll, because I'm gonna start talking about money and time, and fucking time. Bumps galore. I want to listen to a song. I'm going to sing it. But not right now. Because this is about the length of one of my parts. And I am going to take a brief break from chatting with you guys, my wonderful viewers. Including my mother. Yes, she watches it. Sadly enough, that's actually the motivation for these videos, is her. But hey, you know, I'm being honest. Alright, so get right back at you guys.